You are looking live at a daily chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and you can see that it was up 161 points today, 0.37%, made an all-time high and closed at 43,239. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was the star of the show today and has been for quite a while. It's been in this nice, strong power trend. It's only 30 stocks, though. So, it's kind of hard to get excited about these the larger and more industrial type of stocks. But you take what the market gives you, and the Dow Jones is the one that's outperforming right now because the Nasdaq is just lagging despite the great report from Taiwan Semi. It did help move the semis and some of the the hardware names, but the Nasdaq was up 6.04%. A lot of this has to do with the OPEX monthly options expiring tomorrow, the third Friday of the month. And I just wanted to point out on the NASDAQ that it's still trading, it's in a power trend. It's trading 3.7% above its 50 and 1.4% above that 21 there. So it's doing fine. It's just it's a lagging index. The Dow Jones is definitely the leader. The SPY was flat on this session despite making the new high. So if you just look at like a 5-minute chart, if market surge is going to cooperate with me, if not, I'm going to move on. And you can see, yeah, gapped up at the open, just sold off all day, and into the close really sold off. So anyway, made that high and then just sold off. It's not really what you want to see here. And then I'm going to go to the IWM if market surge will allow me to do so. And you can see this is the loser of the day, down 0.32%. So if market surge is going to glitch, this is going to be a really short video. What was driving the Dow Jones Industrial Average today was travelers, which is, come on. There you can see it breaking out of this nice cup with handle on the weekly. Look at that. Beautiful move, 9% move. So that's going to really drive the index. Like I said, there's only 30 stocks. When you have one up 9%, that's going to be a big boost to that index. Chevron was another one that was up today, 1%. Visa, even though the oil, the commodity is down, you can see it's trying to form a stage one base here. Visa was up 1% as well. And then American Express was also, yeah, made a new high today, is up 1.5%. So those four stocks were the leaders in the Dow, and that's why the index was higher. So if you're in those stocks, great. If not, I kind of gravitate more towards the Nasdaq stocks, and I did mention Taiwan Semiconductor, which you think it's going to be driving the tech stocks higher, and it did. There was some good pit action there, but they kind of sold off during the session and kind of limped into the close. This is a 36. You can see the closing range there, 36% of that daily range. So it closed in the lower half of the range, which is not really what you want to see, but still, nearly a 10% move. And like I said, I think the monthly options, expiring tomorrow has a lot to do with it. And I think we'll see more action probably next week. NVIDIA got right up to that 140. It made a new high above the 140.76 there. Yeah, 140.89. It made a new high and then pulled back. If market surge is going to allow me to go to a 5-minute chart, you can see that it shows you the daily range in the first, I don't know, half hour or so. Come on, darn it. So it gives you that high, that 140.89, up nearly 141. Then it trades down to 130 something and finally closes below it there at the close. So the daily range, it kind of traded within the range all day. I'll get those exact numbers for you. Yeah, 25 minutes in, it hit 140.89. 40 minutes in, it hit the low 137.37, and then it didn't undercut that until the last 20 minutes of the day. Well, yeah, when it undercut, yeah, 137 there. So anyway, NVIDIA, I say a lot of this has to do with options expiring, and they don't want it over 140. And so I'm probably thinking that tomorrow they'll keep it below 140 as well. But that 140.76 is going to get taken out. And if it just goes sideways, 135, 140 for a few days or even weeks, that's fine because eventually it's going to break through that area, probably sooner than later. I don't think it's going to take a couple of weeks, but that's your standard pivot point right there. The old high from, was it back in July, June 20th? Okay. So NVIDIA still is, the king of AI. This is the one that the market, the Nasdaq's not going anywhere without NVIDIA. So that's definitely the stock to watch in the artificial intelligence group. Thought it would get more of some pin action from Taiwan Semiconductor, but you're just going to have to, wait till next week probably. But anyway, it's still a good day for NVIDIA. It was up nearly 1%. So not bad. All right, I'm going to move on to a couple other names here that were performing well, but kind of like limped into the close. This is Broadcom. You could see this distinct cup with handle that made that high on June 17th. It's been consolidating in a later stage base, pulled back to the 21, found support and bounce. But once again, the daily range was 17%, so closing near the lows. And that was pretty much a common theme with all these semiconductor names today. ARM was up, having a nice day, closed 11% of its daily range, which is not what you want to see, really. It was just an uneventful day, a really sleepy day. This is ALAB. Closing range is 9% of the daily range, still up 40 cents, and hard to get excited. Some of the hardware names were moving as well. This is the data storage group. Micron was having a good day and then closed, the bottom third of its daily range, so not great. Dell, another one that was having a good day and then closed near the bottom third of its daily range. And then Super Micro, this one fell out. It was up over 50, closed at 47.80. So this one can't get out of its own way. 19% of its daily range. So not a great day overall. I mean, it's just kind of disappointing. This is a VRT Vertiv, which was up to 116.19, made that a high today and then pulled back. Still, 39% of the daily range, not bad. A 2%, 2.32% move for Vertiv. So anyway, those look pretty fantastic. Since I mentioned travelers, I just go through some of these insurance names. This one, breaking out of a base here. This is Chubb. Warren Buffett recently took a stake or bought more of it. I guess Skyward is another one. This insurance group, SKWD is a ticker, just making new highs as well. CINF, just a lot of the insurance names were piggybacking on that Travelers earnings report. There's a Cincinnati Financial breaking above, that 139.34 buy point. That one looks good. And then, of course, if we're talking insurance, we got to go to the BRO. And this one, just surfing its moving averages, looking good as well. Another one that I like in this group is Jackson, to Diversified. And this one made a new high today as well. I'm not going to go through all these. It's I'm not going to do it. Webster's, this one reported earnings this morning, was up nearly 12%. Nice day. And the closing range on this one, you can see it closed near its high there, 97%. So that's what you want to see on a breakout of this stage one base. This one just trying to break out, up 13% this week. Most of the work was done today, but yeah, near 98% of the weekly range. So that thing looks pretty good. This is the Bank Northeast Bank Group, and the group is strong. Webster was strong. I mean, when you report earnings, the street likes and have upside surprises. This is what happens. MTB is another one of these Northeast banks, smaller, it's 33 billion market cap. Yeah, it's not small at all. But you can see it's making new highs. AMAL, this is the smaller one, right? Yeah, 1 billion market cap, just breaking out of that base here, 33.24, $33, anything above it, that's to the good. So nice little breakout from that box pattern there. So Looks pretty good for AMAL, Amalgamated Financial. This is the Bank Northeast group here, and they were stars of the show today. They were looking fantastic. Some other random financial stocks. I'm not going to go through all these, but Discover, just broke out of that 147.61. ALKT this is software financial. You can see the group is 6 out of 197. And this one still was in a base. I put it on the ready list, I don't know, last week and this week, I think both. I don't know. I'd have to look. But it broke above the downtrend line, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's still been trending higher today. Big volume move here for ALKT. You can see it's still consolidating within the base. And I like the earnings line heading due north because usually the stock follows that earnings line. It's amazing how that happens. SF, which is Stifle, making new highs. It broke out from 90 and it was like adios, muchachos. See you later. Nice move for Stifle. And then SNV, I don't know if they reported or not, but they broke out of a base at the 46 level. These banks are just flying. I can go to some of the big ones too. Even Wells Fargo. I mean, this thing's trading like a tech stock, man. So anyway, I'm not going to go through all the banks. I mean, there's just a ton of them, and they're doing well. The banks, the insurance, it showed you Travelers and all that group doing fantastic. So I'm going to switch it up here and go to the drugs or the biotechs. And this is CAPR. This has got a high tight flag pattern down 10% today, pulled back to its 10, and you can see it's been getting support there. So you would expect to see a bounce. The difference this time is they announced a secondary offering. It wasn't that big of an offering, but we'll just have to wait and see what it does. You can see here the high tide flag. There's your pole, and it needs more time. It needs more time to make this flag here. And yeah, just flag out before another move higher above I don't know, 22 area. But CAPR is definitely one that I'm watching. Even though, what did I say? It was down 10% today. It's still up for the week, 4%. So, if you're a longer term holder, I mean, you're having a good week. The other one was HROW. This one looks good as well. Making new highs. UTHR, this one's just breaking out of this base here. Still looks actionable. I did not have this on my ready list, but maybe if we get a pullback here, I could do it for next week. That one looks pretty good. And the last one is FOLD. This is one that I used to follow and I don't anymore, but it sure looks had a big move today. I don't know why. Maybe it had some news, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it for the drug stocks for me today. I don't think I want to take a look at anything else here. So I'm going to move along to some of the construction names. They're still doing well. I don't want to call them hurricane stocks, but since the hurricane, I would say these stocks have been performing well. This is a concrete or cement company, Knife River, and you can see it's making new highs, doing really well. RPM is another one of these construction plays. They go ex-dividend tomorrow, so it'll probably pull back a little bit. You got to pay for that dividend somehow, right? Jacobs Solution, very strong name. Just these are looking good here. These construction stocks. I don't want to call them hurricane stocks. Generac pulled back to its 10 today, so I'm looking for a bounce here tomorrow on that move, down 3.3% for Generac. A couple other ones. I guess I'll go to the roofing company. This one's just still forming a base here. That one looks pretty good with the buy point at 97, not bad. And then Sherwin-Williams, the paint store. Yeah, this one's looking good as well. So there's just a lot of them. Home Depot, obviously, and Lowe's, showing a lot of strength here. I guess I could go to the other ones that I Quanta Services is making new highs, surfing the 10. STRL's another one that made a new high today, then pulled back, closed near the low of this session. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And then the defense names, I've been showing a lot of these. I mean, this is what's working. So that's Curtis Wright, HWM Howmet Aerospace making new highs. So you get the idea. Another group, the machining group, MLI, it made a new high, then pulled back today. What was the other one? CMC, this metal fabrication, metal producers. This was up 5%. So that's a nice strong move. CENX, another one out of this metal group, forming a base here. Looks pretty good here, just handling out here after this move from the bottom from 11 up to, what is it, $17. Well, that's a big move, and now it's just kind of making a little handle, 1788. And then B, this one got bought out. Barnes Apollo Group bought it last week, I believe. Made the big move, and now it's just flatlined. So possibly that could be a reason, speculation of more M&A in that group. I don't know. EXPE was up on news that Uber is interested. Those are just rumors, is up nearly 5% though. So that is a nice move. Let me see, Carnival Cruise Line. Yeah, the leisure services group is performing well. Viking, breaking out from that base there at that 37.25. That would be its first, true IPO base, and I guess you'd call this institutional, due diligence period, and now it might be entering an advanced phase. So definitely something to watch for there. What else do I have? Oh, DoorDash. This is another one that I really liked, making new highs today. And if you look at the weekly chart on DoorDash, I mean, this has that look. I'm not going to make any bold predictions. It just looks really good to me. If you look at model book stocks from the past, some of them kind of look like that, Anyway, that's it for me. It was kind of a bland day today, so I'm going to cut this thing short. Um, Tomorrow is monthly options expiring, so I don't know. Yeah, it just felt like the whole market was being tamped down today. And we might have to wait till next week. But anyway, we'll take it one day at a time. Thank you for watching, except for at mcstockcharts.com. I have one more thing in honor of the great Steve Jobs, who always had one more thing. This is Netflix. They reported after the bell today, and they beat on the top and bottom line. Pretty good quarter. Subscriptions increasing, and they're increasing with their advertising revenue, overseas now. I shouldn't say overseas, just in their emerging markets where, they're fully mature in the United States, but their emerging markets are more ads. So yeah, it's up 4% after hours. So that will help, even though Netflix is kind of like a stock unto itself in the leisure movies. It's the king of streaming, but it certainly could help the Nasdaq tomorrow. We'll see. And then the other one is Intuitive Surgical, which reported a fantastic quarter. This one's up nearly 7%, over 500 now. And you can see this one is just kind of drifting, in anticipation of these earnings. They're at that 493, 496, 496, making this little box here between 466 and 496. And now it's going to break out of this box tomorrow. So that's going to attract some buyers when they break out like that. The momentum traders will certainly jump on that one. And the quarter was great, so, it's nice to see the earnings being rewarded. And that's what we're seeing in the morning. If you pay attention to the Taiwan Semiconductor or the Travelers or the Websters, and they're having strong earnings report, they're being rewarded. And that's the way it should be in the stock market. You have good earnings, as you can see the earnings line here and Intuitive going higher, then your stock should go higher. And boy, you can really see on the weekly that pronounced elongated little base there, that box. So it's going to break out nicely tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Anyway, that's it for me at mcstockcharts.com. We never give up. Have a good evening. Thank you for watching.